Hi, my name is Lindsay Mason, and I currently live in Fort Collins, Colorado. I moved here in 2006 to attend CSU from Garner, Iowa, which is a tiny farm town of about 1,000 people. I live here in Fort Collins with my husband Regan and my daughter Madison, who is 7. I attend UNC and major in American Sign Language English interpretation with a focus on educational interpreting. I am minoring in American Sign Language. And when I first thought of the word culture, I really had to think about my own personal culture. And that was hard for me at first. But after our readings and reading some of other people's posts, I am fully more understanding of the term and I have lots more to share. So I'm glad that we are given the opportunity to re record. So a little bit about my ethnicity and ancestry. I don't really know a lot about it. My dad was adopted, and so my last name is Hrubiš, Hrubes, which is a Czech last name. But my dad and mom and all 6 siblings and I all have blonde hair and blue eyes. So I'm assuming that we are German, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. So my childhood norms. So I was born and raised in Iowa until I was 18 and moved to Fort Collins to attend CSU. Moving to Fort Collins was definitely a culture shock to me, but I was really excited to meet new people and friends that weren't white because the majority of my hometown and my family were Caucasian and white. So it was really cool to be exposed to that different ethnicity and find out about their culture and norms and interests and hobbies, which was really cool. So in my hometown, there was about 3 classes, like other towns, upper, middle, and lower. And my family was definitely in the lower class family. I'm the youngest of 6 siblings, and my mom was a single mom. And so we grew up sharing everything. We shared our food and tried everything. And now I'm definitely a sharer still. Um, so I share everything with everyone. If they don't want to try it, I get offended. um, and then even my clothes were all hand-me-downs from my sisters, which I really loved at the time, to have their older clothes. And so that has shaped me into a person where I, shop at thrift stores and secondhand stores and always go for sales. So I really like that trait that I've learned from my childhood. Um, and living and growing up that way, I was completely happy. That's all I ever knew. So it was really cool, and I was happy. And that also is how I learned family values because I value my family very much, and we were a loving, caring, and close knit family, and so that has high value in my life now. So that's really important to me. So food growing up in Iowa was funny because I was never exposed to anything out of the plain cheese, really bland foods, no Hispanic foods or Mexican or Chinese or anything like that. Everything was American or Italian, spaghetti, meatloaf, hamburger helper, really plain. And then now I love like all types of food and especially spicy food, which I've never would have been exposed to if I stayed in Iowa. So that was pretty cool. Um, Music and outdoor activities are my biggest hobbies, and I think there wasn't a lot of things to do in Iowa, so I really turned to music and going to concerts in Minneapolis. I was pretty close to about 2 hours away from Minneapolis, so I did that a lot, and that has continued to be one of my main important hobbies that I like to do now. And outdoor activities, especially going riding my bike, being barefoot all the time in Iowa, and playing in the river and things like that. And so now, I've set that up living in Colorado. I still love outdoor activities and rock climbing and skydiving and paddleboarding and anything outside. I grew up Christian as a Catholic in the Catholic Church, and I'm now a very strong Christian in a non denominational church. And it's really important to me now, which is really cool. And work ethic is, I think, is the one of the other biggest ones in my family. we grew up, working two jobs, from when I was 12 years old on. So it's really important to me, and I really proud of my work ethic now. So um, that's about it. So thanks so much, and nice to meet you.